Yes.
Yeah. Thanks for chatting to us today.
Absolutely.
How are you doing today?
Doing good. Just got here a little while ago. We're doing some press, and we get to play tonight, and hopefully we'll get to see some of the bands. That's what I'm looking forward to. So it's good so far.
Cool. Right. So for people out there who have never heard of you, or maybe do know about you but want to know more, how would you ideally describe your sound?
Well, I mean, we're a hard rock band, I think, essentially. I mean, we have some heavier elements. We do some of the fast, more technical metal, but we also, we have a ballad on our record as well.
Yeah.
And we do some stuff where it's just pretty straightforward rock. So we don't think in terms of a genre when we write music. We just try to write what appeals to us and what occurs to us to write about, and we try to keep a variety on the record. We don't want to make the kind of record where if you've heard the first song, you've heard everything. I mean, I've heard a lot of records before where you almost just get tired listening to it. It's like, okay, I've heard this. So, we want every song to be a surprise.
If you've got such a sort of mix mash of everything in your album, do you find that you get all kinds of different varieties of bands showing up to your gigs?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, we get everything from the heavy metal guys to the hot chicks. So.
Yeah, that's always good.
Yeah, which is good. Yeah, the more the merrier.
Yeah. Is it sort of difficult to kind of cater to that different kinds of audience, or do they all get involved in the live show and love it? Or
well, we don't. I don't really think we think in those terms of catering to anybody.
Yeah.
We really just cater to ourselves.
Yeah.
And I think if you're true to yourself and you're passionate about it, the rest will follow from there.
Yeah.
And whoever shows up to see us, we're out to give them the best show we can. And like I said, if they're a metal kid or a hot chick or an old, we have 60-year-olds coming to the shows. We have 6-year-olds coming to the shows. We really do. So we're just there to give them a good time.
Yeah, cool. And when you first sort of started out the band, did you have ideas of what you wanted to go on and do, or was it just we want to start a band and be awesome and play heavy music?
It actually started as just kind of a hobby in a way, because Rich and I used to play with a band called Stuck Mojo, and we met Chris and became friends with him, and he was a fan of our band, and he started out as a musician. He always said, when I grew up, I either wanted to be a rock star or a wrestler, and he got to the wrestling part first. But he really wanted to do just a cover band, playing old Iron Maiden and Judas Priest and stuff like that, just for fun, and he wanted to do it, and it all kind of grew from there. And when we started getting some attention for it and people started to say, you should write your own songs, that's what we did. And so it really kind of happened by accident. But we're here now. Yes, we're here now, and we're a real band, and we intend to continue to be one.
Cool. Your latest album, Chasing the Grail, it had somewhat of a couple of progressive sounding songs in it. Did that just sort of come through in the writing process, or did you sort of decide that you wanted to go in that different direction?
I think it just comes through in the writing process. I think our writing process is pretty organic. We're influenced by a lot of different people. We're influenced from everybody, from AC/DC to Dream Theater to Miley Cyrus. Not really.
It's okay.
Not really. But it's just a thing. You just write what occurs to you to write, and I don't know of many bands who myself I've always liked the bands who are kind of fearless. Bands like Queen and people like that who would write the hardest rock, and then they'd write a song like Crazy Little Thing Called Love, which was almost sounded like an old Elvis song or something, and did opera in their music, and they were really a fearless band. They never thought, at least from what I can tell, we can't do that because the fans won't accept it, or people won't think that's us or whatever. They just did what they were passionate about doing, and I've always loved that, and that's what we try to do. So, like I said, we have a ballad on the record. Some people didn't like it, that's your opinion. If you don't like it, we're going to do what we do.
Has it been a good reception from the fans of the new album? Have they liked it?
Absolutely, yeah. And it's one of the things I'm most proudest of. It's one of the things I'm proudest of, being a player, and I just can't wait to do another one.
Yeah. You guys play Download as well.
Yes.
And this is your first Sonisphere. So
yes, first Sonisphere.
Are you like excited, intimidated? Because like, you know, you have the big four and there's like always amazing names and stuff like that. Are you like really nervous to get out there? Or?
Oh no, never nervous. Never nervous.
Good.
Never intimidated. I mean, just always excited just to go up there and do what we do, and love being here. And I'm hoping that we'll get to play on one of the bigger stages next time. You know, we're playing the Jägermeister stage, which is great. I love playing wherever we can, but you know, hopefully we'll get up to the main stage one day. But definitely excited. Never intimidated.
That's good.
Never intimidated, ever.
Have you had any like really bad shows yet, or any bad sort of stories from hecklers, or?
No, we've never had a bad show. Actually, we played one show a long time ago with a band called the Murder Junkies, which was that guy G.G. Allen. Do you remember G.G. Allen? It was his backing band, and they continued on after he died and called themselves the Murder Junkies. And we did a show opening for them that wasn't great.
Yeah,
they didn't really. Their audience didn't really take to us very well. That happens to everybody, you know. Every once in a while, you play in front of. I remember a long time ago when Anthrax was opening for Ozzy Osbourne back in the '80s. They actually left the tour to go do their own tour, and Winger came on in their place, but they were still advertising Anthrax. So people expecting to see Anthrax saw Winger. I wouldn't have wanted to be in Winger back then.
No, that would have been quite bad.
Yeah, but we haven't had anything that bad, but you know, those things happen.
Well, hopefully it goes really well today. I'm sure.
I hope so too.
Also, like I'm sure you probably know, like today was meant to be like Dio's 69th birthday. As well.
Was it? I didn't know that.
It was like supposed to be.
I didn't know that.
How like do you have like Dio as one of your main influences, or how do you feel about sort of? Is it sort of a happy, bittersweet kind of day, or?
Yeah, well, I didn't know that, and I'm ashamed to say that I didn't know that. But it is a bittersweet day, because that's one of the things I always liked about Dio is the fact that age didn't affect him at all, and he was just as relevant, you know, the day he died, and he was just such a great artist, and you know, I introduce people to him all the time who don't know about him, you know, and.
It's good. Like when you introduce people to Dio and they're like, why have I not been listening to this?
Exactly. He's one. I really, truly think he's not only one of the greatest rock singers, but just one of the greatest singers that ever lived.
Yeah, or influential people. Even.
Yeah, and the fact that he just had such a long career and was as respected as he was. Yeah, it's too bad he's gone, because I was really looking forward to being able to see him live again.
Yeah, I know. I never got to. Which
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was going to go see Heaven and Hell, and then I completely missed it.
Oh man, now that's a shame.
Yeah.
I saw him. The last time I saw him was several years ago. It was like a 3-band bill. It was him and Deep Purple and the Scorpions, and he blew both the other bands away completely.
Yeah. Right, one last question, and then I'll let you run off and drink and do whatever you want to do today.
Yeah, run off and drink.
Woo.
Yeah. Don't get crazy now.
I know. If you had to sit down for dinner with like 3 influential people, dead or alive, who would they be?
Oh wow. God, that's such a hard one, and I almost don't want to answer it because almost none of them are musicians.
No, it doesn't have to be musicians. It can be anybody. It's all good.
Well, it's going to make me sound really like a nerd, but there's a writer that I really like. His name is P.J. O'Rourke, and he's somebody I'd really like to meet and sit down with.
Yeah.
And oh gosh, man, these questions.
Should I go and come back in like 10 minutes?
I hate these come up with a specific answer questions.
I can leave you for 10 minutes.
No, it's fine. P.J. O'Rourke and. Unfortunately, Michael Crichton is another one of my heroes. He was another writer, but he was also created the show ER. He wrote Jurassic Park and all kinds of other novels. And I was always really fascinated by the way he thinks about the world and reality. And I was just reading him earlier, so it's kind of weird that two of them are not even musicians; they're writers.
Music and like literature go so much like hand in hand, though. So I mean,
and I guess the third one would be Dio, you know, because I never got to meet him, and I'd love to just pick his brain, you know, just get stories from him.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks for coming out today. It was
Thank you very
awesome
much.
to meet you.
All right, thank you.